Hello, I'm Melissa Keenan, and welcome to my miscellaneous creativity. Today, I figured I'd record myself preparing for a gift exchange we're doing. Well, it's not really a gift exchange, it's a game that I saw on a reel where you spin a Lazy Susan and it has bows on it, and whatever bow you land on, you get a gift that corresponds with that same bow. And I went to the store to buy bows, but to get, I think I need 19 different bows. To get 19 different kinds of bows would have cost, I would have had to buy like 4 packages of bows and had like a bunch of bows that I didn't need. So I figured I'd make them today. So to make these bows, got some ribbon, and I'm going to, they're a little too fat and I don't have enough to keep them this fat to make 19 bows. But I figured if I split these wider ones into 3, I could make different color bows. Although it's not always, like I tried to make a third and it ended up halfway down going into half of the ball or the ribbon. So we'll see how this goes. So what you do is, this isn't, I mean it's curly, but I like it to be a little tighter curls. So I'm going to take my scissors and place the ribbon between my thumb and the scissors and pull it through, and it makes a nice tighter curl, kind of like my hair. And cut it in half so that I'll have 2 matching bows. It's too staticky. My house is too dry. They don't want to let go. Oh jeez. So this should be fun. So even though this is like half the ribbon instead of 1/3, I'm going to cut it again to make it, it'll just be a thinner one, which is fine because I need, like I said, I think I need 19 different types of bows, so it'll be okay if some are thinner and some are fatter. And then I'll combine the colors to make, I don't know why I keep opening it to do this edge, but I really can just do it on the outside edge because that's sharp enough. I got a nice tight little curl. This one might even be too tight. Might have to uncurl this one. Just kind of go along the other edge that you didn't go around. And that should uncurl a little. Oh, uncurled it a little too much. I'm going to use my fingernail. There, that's good, I guess. So you might be thinking, why are you talking about Christmas bows in January? Well, my family, December gets so busy with Christmas stuff and other things. So my family, my parents, my siblings and their kids, my kids and their kids, we're all getting together this coming Saturday for a get together. And we used to get together with my grandparents, my aunts and uncles and cousins too. And we would do a white elephant gift exchange, but we haven't done that. Like, my grandparents passed away a few years ago and we haven't had Christmas with my aunts and uncles and cousins ever since, which really makes me sad. Maybe I should plan something. But anyway, we've done Christmas with my parents, siblings, kids, but we haven't really done a game like a white elephant. So I thought it'd be fun this year to do a game. And so I bought a bunch of Christmas gift type things to put in bags so we could play this game. And it's also, this game is nice because you don't have to have any skill, you just spin and it's the luck of the draw kind of thing. So nobody has to worry about, oh, I'm gonna be a loser, or, you know, and everyone will win something. So I thought that would be nice. Ah, jeez, look at that. Oh, come off. Why is my house so staticky? I should get a humidifier. So what are your Christmas traditions? Let me know in the comments. When I was a kid, we would go to my mom's side of the family's Christmas party on Christmas Eve, and my dad's side Christmas Day. So when we would go to we would all hop in the car to go to my grandparents on Christmas Eve, my mom would be like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm going to go inside and I'll be right back. And then we'd wait a few minutes and my dad would be like, I'm going to go check on Mom to go see, you know, if she's okay. And then they would come back out to the car. We'd go to Grandma's house. And then when we'd get home, there'd be Christmas gifts under the tree. I wonder how those got there. So we would open our Christmas gifts Christmas Eve instead of Christmas morning, because going to my other grandparents' house on Christmas Day, my parents didn't want to like rush us opening our gifts that day. So I thought that was a pretty clever idea. Also, as a kid, I remember, you know how people have stockings that they fill? Well, instead of my mom buying stockings, she would take our winter boots and stick our candy in our winter boots. Stay. Do you have any different kind of traditions that most people would be like, oh, that's weird? I had actually done a different video. Well, my first video I put out in the middle of December, I think. And then I had recorded another video, but part of it wasn't working, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just keep it in because it's real life. Part of the, you know, some stuff just doesn't work, and that's okay. So I was just gonna piece it together and post it anyway. But then when I was editing it, the heater was just way louder and more rattly than in the first video, and it was just too much. And so I decided not to post that one. I'm gonna redo it. I'll just have to turn the heat off to make sure it doesn't come on during the video, because I recorded that video in my basement right next to the heater, which I had recorded the first video in that same exact spot, and the heater wasn't as loud. It might, when I watched it on TV and on my computer, it didn't seem too loud. I don't know. I never checked to see how loud the heater was in the first video on a phone with earbuds. So I don't know if it was too loud and distracting for people watching it on listening to it on their phone. But even the second video, even on my computer, the heater was just way too loud, so I got discouraged and didn't re-record it yet. So I'm sorry about that it's been like, I think a month since I shouldn't have posted my first video right before Christmas, and I should do some gold now. Do you have any favorite Christmas foods you like that maybe not everybody would normally eat at Christmas? Whenever my mom's side of the family got together, we'd have little smoky links and wrapped in, I can't remember if it's bacon or crescent dough, but then it also has like a brown sugar sauce on it. That's really good. And Swedish meatballs, those are my favorite. That was all growing up. That was the one thing I looked forward to having. Which I don't think those are traditional Christmas foods, but I guess they are traditional, just regular party foods. And my dad's side of the family, we'd have the traditional, you know, turkey and mashed potatoes and corn and all that. Maybe if I lick my fingers, that'll help it not to be static. Ooh, it worked. So, if you want to get rid of static, lick your fingers. That's so satisfying. I'm easily amused. Okay, so I did some of these bows, or the ribbons, off camera. Now I have to make matching bows, 19 different color combinations of bows. And what I'm going to do is, because I made some of it, like, they're short, I don't want to, like, tie the ends, because that'll crumple part of it. So and plus it'll take longer, so I'm just going to tape, like, 2 or 3 colors together to make the different bows. And I have to make a set of 2. I don't know if I want... I guess I could make this more voluminous by cutting these each in half. And hopefully it doesn't... Hopefully it actually cuts in half. There we go. I think those look good, nice together, pink and green. So now I need to make a matching one to that. I was gonna, the game says to use a Lazy Susan, but I don't have one, so I'm almost thinking about using, either going to the dollar store and seeing if they have a Lazy Susan that's cheap, or I have a pizza pan that's kind of warped and so it's curved, and so I think I could, like, I think if you just spin it because there's not a whole lot of surface area touching the table or counter. So I think that would spin. I'm just wondering if when you spin it, if it would like not only spin around but also travel. I'll have to test that out. Because if it doesn't travel, then I think I could just use that as the Lazy Susan and tape the ribbons to that. So after this, I have to package up the gifts. That's kind of long. Package up the gifts and then put a bow on each one. Although for the youngest four, there's 2 2-year-olds and 2 4-year-olds. So for them, I'm just giving them specific gifts. I'm not. What's that over here? I'm not gonna have them get a random thing because I don't want them to get something that they won't like. I tried to get, because there's also preteens playing the game, and I didn't want to get something that only adults would like some fancy kind of candy that they'd be like, ew, yuck. Or like slippers, or something that a teenager would think is boring. But yeah, for the little ones, I didn't want them to get something that they could choke on or think was stupid. So we'll let them spin it, but they will get a specific prize instead of a random whatever bow it lands on. Okay, 3 down, 16 more to go. I'll do that part off camera. You don't want to see me doing that all day. Okay, so these are all the gifts in the bags, and I have my basket of bows. And all these gifts are approximately the same size. Some of these are a little bigger. So I thought that I would put the bows that have like 3 colors mixed together on the bigger packages, and then the smaller packages will just get the double colors or single colors. And then these 4 are for my grandbabies, and those will just get, the 2 girls will have pink on theirs and the 2 boys will have blue on theirs, so it's obvious which ones are theirs. I think I'm just going to tape them on to the handles. Kind of wish I hadn't put them in the basket because now they're all stuck together. So this is for one of the little boys. And for the other little boy. So do any of you guys play games at Christmas, or is it just eating and chatting? Let me know in the comments. I think it's fun to play some games. For those who aren't good at making conversation, a game is good conversation starter, I feel like. Get people involved who normally might just sit in the background. Alright, so the only ones, I don't know if I have 4 that have 3 colors mixed. I'm not sure. If I don't, then you know, 2 of these are actually smaller than what the bag indicates, so I can always just put a double color on the smaller gift. And having them indicated by triple colors for the bigger ones, it'll make it more of a something to root for. Because if you're just spinning and all of them are the same, you have no idea if you're getting the big one or not. It's hard to root for what bow you're going to land on. But if the triple bows are specifically for bigger packages, they might root for getting the triple bows. This has blue, pink, and green, although there's only one green in there, so hopefully it's obvious. Some of these are kind of like Mardi Gras colors instead of Christmas colors. That's alright. I barely had any red, so there's actually less red and green than I would have liked, but I was just using what I had. I didn't want to go to the store on my day off. So some of the things I got were like the money and the coal. I got that for one of the gifts. I got one of those orange chocolates that's in the shape of an orange, and you bang it on the table and it breaks into orange slices. So that's kind of fun. And then as a kind of a gag gift, I got this Christmas pickle. It has candy in it. So I thought that was funny. When I saw this on the internet, it actually had all the gifts under cups, and the cups each had the bows on top, but a lot of these gifts were too big to put under cups, so I had to go with gift bags. So this one has 3, so I'll put it on this one. Although this is kind of deceiving, and like just because it's bigger doesn't always mean it's better. Because I don't know, like this is a big box, but I don't know if anybody will like this candy or not. Kind of a fancier candy. It reminds me of candy that my grandma had at Christmas. And I will be putting tissue paper on the top so they can't see inside them. So even I won't know what's in what bag, so when I get it I'll be just as surprised as ever. Well, not as surprised, but because I at least know what's in them, but I won't know which one I'm getting. Unless it's this big one, then I'll remember the biggest one. Did I not make enough bows? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Just freaking out for a second. Alright, so all of those have their bows on them, and now I just have to go put the bows on. I think I'm going to use my pizza pan because it's big enough that I can probably fit. I think I figured out that there's actually 17 people that will be playing the game. So, and my pizza pan will fit 17 bows around it, whereas I think a Lazy Susan, unless it's a big Lazy Susan, wouldn't fit 17 around it. Alright, so this is my pizza pan. Looks a little beat up and worn, but I promise it's clean. It's just a little stained, but so I'm going to cover it first. Let's see if it spins well without traveling. I mean, it doesn't spin. Yeah, I think it will do okay. I mean, it doesn't go super fast, but it doesn't travel like, you know, so as long as it's not traveling around, I think it'll be okay. Because I feel like a real Lazy Susan would be too small to put 17 ribbons on. don't know if I should tuck that under because that might cause it to not spin well, so I'm just going to fold it and tape it to the top. Don't want to sabotage my own game. So some of it's showing, but that's okay. It's just a game with me and my family. They won't care. I just hope I get all the tape off before the next time I want to make a pizza. I hope these don't have to be too close together, but we'll see how it works. If I have to, I'll do like 2 rings, and the first ring will be what wins first, and then once those are used, then do the middle ring. I feel like that would work if they don't all fit around. And of course I don't want to get any that are too similar to each other in color next to each other, because that might be confusing. Well, it wouldn't be confusing, but it wouldn't be as aesthetically pleasing. That's good enough, I guess. Ah, fingers. Taped them together. We'll have something on the table that's pointing at the thing, and wherever it lands, they'll get, if it's in between 2, I'll let them choose which one I want to go with. And I am going to have some things not wrapped off to the side, so if somebody gets something they really, really don't like and are disappointed with what they got, there'll be some other things that they could trade at the end. And I'm trying to decide, because a white elephant is where the first person picks a gift, and then the second person can either choose a new gift or they can steal from the first person. So I'm kind of wondering if we should do that, or if we should just say everybody just gets what they get. I don't know which the best way is, which will be more fun, so I'm going to let my family help decide that when we get there. Yay, it fits. So happy about that. I think it works pretty good. Here are all the bows on my pizza pan. I feel like this looks kind of boring. I might put something in, a decoration in there. I might not. Who knows? I think this is going to be a pretty fun game. Nobody's going to lose. Everybody's going to get something. So hopefully it's a good time and we'll all laugh together. Enjoy each other's company. So I'll see you in the next video.